Donny Osmond, not just a legend, but the heartbeat of American entertainment. His voice gave a generation hope, innocence, and dreams. From Donny and Marie to the timeless puppy love, he became the soundtrack of America's youth. Born in 1957 in Ogden, Utah, Donny was the seventh of 9 children in a devout Latter-day Saint family. Childhood for him wasn't playgrounds and parties. It was rehearsals, cameras, and bright stage lights. His brothers Verl and Tom were born deaf, and even as a child, Donny felt the need to sing louder, not just to be heard, but so they could feel the music through him. At just 5, his life changed forever. A performance on The Andy Williams Show brought instant fame, and with it, a lifetime of pressure. The Osmonds moved to Los Angeles, chasing fame while Donny learned perfection wasn't a goal. It was an expectation. "My childhood was spent in studios," he later said. "I didn't play with kids. I performed for adults." He became the face of clean-cut American values, the smiling boy who never said no, because failure felt like sin. Applause, once thrilling, became chains. Behind the scenes, he whispered lines to himself, not because he forgot them, but because he forgot who he was without them. By age 12, Donny's voice became a national obsession. With hits like One Bad Apple and Puppy Love, he was everywhere, on lunchboxes, cereal boxes, and in the hearts of millions. But while the world saw a perfect star, Donny felt the crushing weight of being America's good son. There were no parties, no rebellion, just work, worship, and worry. His parents saw his fame as a divine assignment. He wore his faith like armor, strong, heavy, and suffocating. And through it all, he didn't rebel. He didn't quit. He endured. Because Donny Osmond didn't just chase dreams, he carried them. For his family, for his faith, and for a nation that never asked what the cost of that smile truly was. "No one saw the cost," Donny Osmond once said. "I didn't have a youth. I had a career." By 1974, he couldn't walk down the street without mobs of screaming fans. He missed birthdays, weddings, even funerals. Fame didn't pause for grief. Every cheer pushed him further from the boy he used to be. Then came the Donny and Marie Show in 1976, family television's crown jewel. On camera, he sparkled. Off camera, he faded. 12-hour rehearsals, endless interviews, and constant smiling left little time for self. "When the red light came on, I turned on," he said. "When it went off, I didn't know who I was." The applause no longer felt like love, it felt like expectation. He wore the mask of perfection while slowly losing himself. Critics began mocking what once made him famous, his wholesomeness. The world punished him for being exactly what it once demanded. After a long taping one night, Donny stood alone on the empty stage and whispered into the silence, "Is this what love sounds like when it's gone?" The echo answered with nothing. Yet, even as the lights dimmed, he endured. He kept showing up, singing through exhaustion, praying through pressure. Music became his survival. The stage, once a prison, became his altar. He didn't chase fame anymore. He carried it. By the late 70s, Donny and Marie was watched by over 14 million people weekly. His face covered magazines and billboards from Las Vegas to London, but the cost was mounting. Donny lived on autopilot, smiling for the world while barely holding on. Behind the scenes, the Osmond empire crumbled. By 1979, mismanaged money and costly tours left the family $20 million in debt. Donny, now in his 20s, faced fading fame. Labels turned away. "Too old for teen pop, too clean for rock," he said. Once, a record exec's assistant asked, "Who's Donny Osmond?" A gut punch of being forgotten. But he didn't quit. Playing small gigs, he rebuilt from scratch. "Maybe you have to lose everything to remember why you started," he reflected. Then in 1989 came Soldier of Love. Anonymously released, it broke the top 10. America realized Donny Osmond was back. Not a comeback, but a resurrection. He sang for survival, truth, and himself. His story wasn't about fame. It was about faith, endurance, and refusing to stop singing. At 17, Donny met Debbie Glenn, cheering at a football game, Not for him, but his brother. They fell in love quietly. When they married in 1978, backlash was fierce. Fans and media turned cold. "The night I got married, I lost half my fan base," he said. Debbie endured hate mail but stood by him as he sang to colder crowds, singing for her and their promise. They built a life on faith, laughter, and love, not fame. After Donny and Marie was canceled and the family lost millions, Donny sang just to keep the lights on. Lonely hotel calls to hear his children breathe. A note from Debbie saved him. "Love doesn't need you perfect. It just needs you present. That love endured through every fall." Debbie was his anchor when a spinal injury nearly ended his mobility in 2019, sleeping beside him in the hospital. "I've sung to millions," he joked, "but she's still my favorite audience." Their story isn't about perfection, but persistence. It's about showing up, forgiving quietly, and choosing love, even when the world walked away. Because in the end, love saved him, again and again. And if you look closely at Donny Osmond today, beneath the lights and the legacy, you won't just see the boy who sang Puppy Love. You'll see the man who lived it. Every verse, every wound, every breath. But just when Donny thought he had sung through every kind of pain, life handed him the cruelest sound of all: silence. In 2004, his mother Olive passed away. She wasn't just a mother. She was the music, the conductor of the Osmond harmony. She taught them to sing, not just in tune, but in unity. After her funeral, Donny sat alone in his dressing room, her photo by the mirror. The lights buzzed. Her voice didn't come. For the first time, no one was left to call him "my boy." Grief wasn't loud. It was the soft ache that lingers after the melody ends. Then, in 2007, his father George, the family's general, passed too. A Marine, a leader, a man of discipline and pride. Praise was rare, expectations heavy. After his father George's death, Donny held onto his military ring, asking in silence, "Am I still marching right, Dad?" The answer came only in dreams. By 2025, the silence around him was deafening. Yet Donny discovered this truth. Even when applause fades, real love remains. One by one, his brothers, Verl, Mariel, Wayne, fell silent. When Wayne, his closest harmony, died, Donny sang alone, his final note trembling, unfinished. Grief might have stopped him, but instead, it changed his song. Then tragedy struck inside his own body. Numbness, paralysis, and risky spinal surgery. Recovery was a battle, but with Debbie's unwavering support, Donny fought back, step by painful step. Against all odds, he returned to the stage. "Strength," he said, "is standing up again after you've fallen." Today, Donny lives simply, surrounded by family and peace. His greatest encore is the life he's rebuilt. His message, "Don't let pain define you. Let it refine you." True legends don't fade, they evolve, and Donny's song goes on. One note, one battle, one breath at a time. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Also, drop a comment below.